We helped Samara with her problem. We're in a strange phase of the game where the next plot mission doesn't occur until you actively choose to go do it. That means you can do a bunch of side missions if you choose, and I am going to choose to do that because I want to talk about some of the squad members in more detail and cover a few more of the mechanics. I mentioned I was going to talk about Samara a little bit more in the last mission. Anyway.
People come to places such as this seeking a better life. And when they get here, they find this. Vibrant people forced into destitution on a world filled with criminals. They deserve protection. If I survive your mission, I may return here.
You have your work cut out for you. So I'm going to grab the strength boost pads here. They increase melee damage by 25%. Hopefully that'll encourage me to melee more. Anyway, bye. Your base melee does 125 damage. And you get a bonus from the strength boost pads, and you have a bonus from the heavy muscle cybernetic upgrade. The actual value of the melee damage isn't too important to know. The game appears to scale enemy HP based on your level, although technically what happens is their damage received goes down as you level up. Really knowing that isn't too important. The end result's the same.
Is that Shepard? Shepard's supposed to be dead.
I have admirers in every port. Some are dudes. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We'll go back to Normandy and then take care of a few things. We need to run... Oh, here goes Normandy. Ooh. Research upgrades to improve your squad's weapons and powers. Pro tip. I will just watch this loading screen movie play out, even though the game's probably actually loaded. Alright.
Commander, you might want to speak with Tally. She seems very worried about something.
Alright, thanks, Kelly. Let's get this AR upgrade that we picked up at Morant's pad. It was thoughtful of her to leave that laying around. And then I'm going to go retrain powers. I had been hinting that I'd do this at some point. So, Adrenaline Rush 4. We'll stick with Hardened. You make the case for Heightened, since it gives you more damage and you'll be able to reload the Claymore faster. But we'll stick with Hardened. Concussive Shots is useless as ever. Disruptor 2 to unlock Incendiary. And then we'll stick with Inferno. And then Cryo Ammo. We'll get... well, we'll look at Improved. It basically has higher freeze duration. Squad is better. Now, Cryo Ammo or Cryo Blast, whenever you freeze an enemy, they take double damage. And also, frozen enemies can't regen. And husks, when frozen, are insta-killed, so Squad Cryo Ammo is pretty good. Combat Mastery, rank up to 4. And then we'll go Commando again, TMI. Then Flashbang, rank 1. That's actually a pretty good build for nearly every mission. I prefer Squad Disruptor against Geth. Tactical Shift, yeah. Need to run upstairs. Select. I don't know why elevator loading screens go out as soon as they're loaded though. Shoulders, strength boost pads. Model those. Now we need to quickly divert to Tuchanka.
Commander, you might want to speak with Tally. She seems very worried about something.
Alright, thanks, Kelly. I'll speak with her later, though. Oh wait, we need to buy some gas. I mean metallic hydrogen. get a few more probes. Yeah, so it's real exciting stuff. There's slight method to my madness. Tuchanka. Not actually going to help Morden now. I need to buy something. And here's a hint. Squad members will help you in surprising ways if you gain their loyalty. You know, what's funny is that might actually be one of the more important hints in the game. Yet it didn't even rate an exclamation point. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk about Morden and Samara right now. So, Samara and Morden. Except, so, Samara. Her bonus power is Reave. I said I was going to invest in it all the way once it was unlocked, and I've got enough points there saved up to do it. Reave's a biotic power, obviously. And it is a combination organic CC and anti-armor and barrier power. The way it works is it does damage over 3 seconds. So here you can see rank 1, 40 points per second for 3 seconds. The multiplier is 2x to armor and barriers. The other thing it does is if it's on organic health, it will buff your health. Or in this case, Samara's health. Strangely, against Geth health, it will CC them, but you don't get the health bonus. And husks are the opposite. When you cast it on husk health, they won't be CC'd, but you will get the health bonus. It's kind of strange. The reason I want to talk about Reave is this whole 3 seconds business. There are 2 different duration penalties in this game. One is based on difficulty, so on Insanity your durations are only 80%. So in this case it's 80% times 3 seconds. The other duration penalties happen based on enemy tier. So your standard fare low tier mooks, they get full durations. Elite mercs get 80% duration. Then the next tier is Krogan, Scion, or medium-sized Geth, which is like the Destroyer. They're at 70%. And then Geth Primes or heavy mechs like the Amir are 60%. So both of those penalties can be applied at the same time. One for selecting Insanity, one for fighting an enemy of the correct tier. The reason I mention this is because this has bearing on what evolution of Reave you take it to end. So let's just go ahead and level it up. Okay, Heavy Reave. So this is the damage evolution, but it only hits one target. Damage 40 points per second for 5.5 seconds. Notice the interesting thing about Reave is that going up in ranks increases the duration instead of actually the number of points per second. And so, in this case, 40 points per second for 5.5 seconds. Area Reave is 40 points per second for 4 seconds, but it hits in 3 meters. When you hit level 30, Area Reave is no longer sufficient on Insanity to insta-strip the armor from low tier mooks like husks. If it just had 1% more duration than it would. This is even including your biotic duration bonus. Now this is only the case for Samara. On Shepard it's possible to use Area Reave at level 30 if you have some bonus from passive and insta-strip husk armor. I'm just gonna hit Area for right now though. And you look at her passive, I didn't really talk about it before, but her main benefit of going into passive is for power recharge time. And so we're gonna get rank 4 here. And you look, Kato has a little bit more weapon damage, but you're not bringing Samara for weapon damage, you're bringing her for power spam. And in this case you want power recharge of minus 25% with Sapiens Justicar. Now, the other thing that's interesting about her power tree is that she has pole hidden behind throw, so you need rank 2 of throw to unlock pole. Problem with this is that throw and pole somewhat overlap in utility. Both of them can ragdoll multiple targets. Pole obviously holds them a little bit longer in the air and can set up warp bombs. But if you go into pole, you're just wasting points in throw. That's why, for the most part, I don't like investing in pole at all on Samara and using either Jacob or Jack as pole bots. You're using Samara mainly for Area Reave and then possibly for Area Throw. And then if you're at level 30, you might decide you want her to run Heavy Reave, just mainly for armor or barrier damage. It's up to you. I'm going for Area right now. And that's part of why we're stopping by Tuchanka. Morden, I mentioned this before, I think, but Incinerate is different. It lists it as doing 170 points over 3 seconds. Unlike Reave, that has a 2x armor multiplier and barrier multiplier, Incinerate's multiplier against armor is actually 2.4. And also, it isn't really a duration power. It's a damage power that has its damage ticks divided over time, but it doesn't get duration damage bonuses or penalties. The area version of Incinerate will always insta-strip the husk armor even at level 30, as long as you've kept up with damage upgrades. And that's one of the reasons it's better against group armor than Reave, unless the Reave's on Shepard. Incinerate also has a 1.5 multiplier to shields, because that's kind of the base tech shield multiplier, unless it's overridden. Cryo Blast, we're going to get level 4 here. Now, Cryo Blast is interesting because at rank 4, look at the recharge time, it dropped to 4.5. That means it's one of the most spammable squad-mate abilities. Deep Cryo Blast basically just gives you extra freeze duration, which isn't too terribly useful, but full Cryo Blast gives you a radius of 3 meters, great for CCing multiple targets. And also, since it's at such a fast cooldown, you use it on barrier if you want. And Incinerate might be a little bit better on shields, as long as shields are dropped a bit, because it'll burn through and do damage to the next layer. I'm going to take full here. We're going to put a point or another rank in Solarian Scientist. And then we're going to run to the surface. Oh, Samara. Her weapon training is assault rifles and SMGs, which is kind of strange, but... And you might say, why are you showing all of this? Well, I needed to talk about duration, because I don't think I covered that in too much depth before. Like I said, it's mainly important with Reave on Samara. Could help Morden while I'm here, but I'm not going to, because I just want to do a little mission to show them off.
Erdnot clan reports use weak encryption. I see references to a captured Solarian in the logs of the Chief Scout.
Good. Talk to Scout then. Or Chief. Either one acceptable.
Sorry, Morden, I'm just teasing you right now.
To pit living beings against each other for entertainment. Unforgivable. If I survive your mission, I may return here and instruct the Krogan on compassion. I'll need many bullets.
So, Mara's really accumulating the different missions after this one.
Should you be in?
Yes, I should be in here. Biotic damage, bye.
This looks interesting.
AR damage, that's not too important. Pistol will be slightly more important. Go ahead and get that. Oh, why not? We're here.
Now what's this?
Krogans hit by genophage, nuclear assaults, civil wars. Still survive. Impressive to see life adapt, continue despite circumstances. Inspiring.
It is, isn't it? Alright, now we need to run back to Normandy.
Hits have been a bloodbath ever since Urza's handler was exiled.
Then hopefully we'll show off Samara and Morden decently. Maybe a little bit of squad cryo ammo.
I wonder what those Turians and Solarians look like up close.
There's our little shuttle. Let's see what pro tip hint we get. Fire some weapons more quickly by tapping left mouse. Wow. And here I thought, I'll just show going to Chichanka so we get some great hints. And we got one good hint and one really terrible hint. Although, that hint is somewhat useful if you're using the shuriken. Anyway. Minos Wasteland. Going to Aequitas. You might already know this mission.
I have detected an anomaly.
Aequitas, home to the famous Iron Canyons. Aequitas has reddish iron oxide dust covering much of its surface and significant blue cobalt deposits that freckle the terrain. Turian explorers have discovered hot springs in the polar ice caps, heated by magma in the planet's crust. And there's some research stations here and other things.
Triggered by Universal Distress Protocol. Unregistered user or record damaged. Status is not known. Beacon triggered by Universal
Distress beacon.
Launching probe. Scans have found something.
Anomaly detected. Surface scans report potential alien signatures from within the mining facility. Anomalous life signs detected. Whereabouts of facility staff unknown. Knock enemies off ledges with attack powers such as throw, concussive shot, or even well-timed melee attacks. Concussive shot's okay for doing this. The problem is, it's just not cooldown efficient. It's okay on squad mates, because relative to their other powers it isn't horrible. And squad mates don't have a choice, because they have fewer powers. We don't need to review that, because we already did. Here we go. Show off, or attempt to show off Morden, Samara, and squad cryo ammo all at the same time. Morden and Samara are a solid squad against melee creatures, and hopefully I'll do them justice. So Samara, go to Tempest. I'm going to have to redo all my ammos because I respect that on there, and then you can put your personal power on there. I probably really don't need to do too many of these guns. Pretty much just use the Claymore. And let's see, throw that on there and that on there. Okay. So we got Samara an extra biotic damage so that we can make sure Area Reave would group strip. Alright, so we'll try to show a way to deal with a lot of husks here. It's relatively cooldown efficient. If you're reading this, get the hell out of this place now. You can go with throw field on Samara and use that to ragdoll.
Simple enough.
Cooldowns are a little longer that way. Oops. Holding down shift there. Yeah, I used throw field on her when I did Reaper IF with no shot fire soldier, but I had Reave. That was a Reave soldier, so that was sort of cheating. Anyway. Let's get moving. Try to get them grouped up. This one's gonna run over here for some reason. There we go. just gotta walk through this mission nice and steady. There aren't a huge amount of clips, so probably gonna have to use ragdolling powers or freezing powers to deal with a lot of the husks. Now A-bombs don't actually, they won't actually insta-die by freezing. Getting kind of lowish on clips. Here's another bypass. Let's see, resistor, earth, capacitor, and then the C thing. This one's missing the antenna, so a little bit simpler. A pittance of credits there, only 1,050. Oh yeah, I gotta get that iridium. And two should drop down right here.
Attacking target.
Takes a little while for them to freeze. Shouldn't have needed to shoot that one guy who was in the process of freezing. Die. Yeah, he was frozen, so he got delayed, and I wasted some ammo on him. Grab this first aid. Alien machine discovered. Smithson's men dug out some kind of alien machine today. Like nothing I ever saw. Called up some of my contacts and found out there's a market for this kind of thing. Looks like some squints over at Atlantis Risk Control are willing to part with a ton of credits to get their hands on one of these things. Far be it from me to deny them a chance to pay me. A strange glow. Cooper and Jorgensen say that they saw that damned alien thing glowing, and hell if I'm going near it to prove them wrong. I don't get paid enough to expose myself to weird alien artifacts. I have to admit though, that's an awful pretty sound coming from that back room. Something's different. Cooper, Jorgensen, and them ain't doing so well. Not feeling so good myself either. Stay near the machine, feel better. Not sure I want to let them Atlantis folk take it. Think it should stay right here with us. Yep. They're feeling the effects. Let's see, I'm gonna swap. Yeah, that probably was already there.
I detected powerful alien signature deep within the mines. It appears the device is the source. It is likely that destroying it would stop them.
So I put this squad up at the top. And then I'm gonna try to be the little gatekeeper here.
Understood.
There, that's a nice group. Sometimes you can get them to all focus on you and group up that way. Meleeing them is kind of annoying because they can hit you back. It's not just the damage. And out of Chrome Ammo there. Let's cryo blast these guys for me, Warden. That was shitty. Yeah, group up on me. Here, move back, guys. I need to grab these clips. Oh, damn it. Wrong mouse wheel direction. We can go back up here now, because
We'll stay
they're all
close.
gone.
Understood.
So I'm gonna grab the power cells there for refilling the clips. There's a couple more clips down here. I'm just gonna have them wait right here.
On my way.
There should be a lot more from here when you trip it.
Enemy. Going home.
It'd be nice if they group up on me. Yeah, just be the little gatekeeper here.
Affirmative. Will do. Be right there.
It's like the Infinite Husk show. You can actually go in there and not kill all the husks and just kill the supports, but then you won't get all of the money from the mission. Because there's a little locker up here.
Right behind you.
So, there, we killed them all. I don't know. This seems pretty good on this mission. You could get, like, Jacob or Jack for pole field spamming. Accomplish some of the same thing as using Cryo Blast, but Cryo Blast is on such a fast cooldown. So, here's a little bypass. Earth. Sea thingy majigger. So, just shoot. Oh. Yeah, you can just kill those and run out. Squash. Destroy Reaper Indoctrination Device. XP gain 156. Credit 5,250. Iridium 2,000. Heavy weapons require special ammunition. Look for large ammo containers. Pro tip. So, I don't know. That's that mission. Simple enough, I suppose. Might not want to just face tank the husks with some of the classes, but anyway.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Alright, thanks Kelly. I think that's all for now.